What if I told you the future of smart TVs isn't just about bigger screens and higher resolutions, but about incredible value, even at the entry level? Xiaomi just dropped a new contender, and it might make you rethink what a budget TV can truly do. Earlier this month, Xiaomi unveiled their Smart G32 TV, positioning it as a surprisingly capable entry point into their smart TV lineup. Coming in at just 13,999 Indian rupees, or roughly $170, you might expect a bare-bones experience. But after spending over 2 weeks living with this television, using it for everything from YouTube binges to late-night movie sessions, I can tell you, it punches well above its weight. Perhaps the biggest surprise, and arguably its highlight, is that it runs on Google TV. Unlike some budget models that might use a more restricted interface, the Google TV experience here feels genuinely premium. You get a well-organized, intuitive user interface, making navigation a breeze. And thanks to Google TV, you find a best-in-class range of applications. Every major streaming service you can think of is right there, ready to go. Now, of course, this versatility on a budget television means operations aren't always perfectly fluid. Sometimes, it might take a second or two to register a remote input, or feel a slight delay. It can be a tiny bit annoying, yes, but honestly, it's not a deal breaker, especially if you mostly stick to one or two of your favorite streaming apps. And opening popular apps like YouTube? That's typically quick, just a few seconds. Now let's talk visuals. For this price point, I think the panel offers remarkably good image quality. When you're watching in a dim room, you might notice a slight splotchiness, especially with gray tones. But that's pretty much par for the course with any television in this category. In a well-lit room, though, it simply disappears, and you get a really immersive experience. It's a 32-inch HD panel, so we're not talking 4K or even 1080p, but for most content, the display is sharp enough. Unless you have super high expectations or you're planning to connect something like a PlayStation 5 and demand the absolute best visuals, you'll find it more than satisfactory. The visuals consistently look crisp, and the colors are particularly nice, thanks to its support for the DCI P3 wide color gamut. Think of DCI P3 as a much broader palette of colors, making everything on screen look richer and more true to life. Built-in tech like Xiaomi's Vivid Picture Engine 2, along with HDR10 support, also really help those colors pop. As a QLED TV, it delivers surprisingly good black levels. This is where QLED really shines, especially in a room with some ambient light. It's like having a little extra contrast boost, making dark scenes look deeper. In a pitch-black room, you might spot some minor backlight bleed, but again, considering the retail price, it's really hard to complain about the overall picture quality you're getting. Viewing angles are decent too. The visuals remain largely consistent when you're watching from up to about a 45-degree angle. Venture much wider than that, though, and the image quality does start to deteriorate noticeably. Moving on to audio, this television packs 20-watt speakers with support for Dolby Audio, DTS Virtual, X, and DTS HD. In a room that isn't excessively large, this TV delivers great sound, especially for your streaming content. Dialogue in TV shows comes through crystal clear, absolutely no muffling. Music also sounds surprisingly good, with ample lows and well-reproduced mids. My only advice here, don't crank the volume too high. The sweet spot seems to be around 70 to 75%. Go much above that, and the audio can become just a little muffled. The remote control itself is a thoughtful addition. It's slim, ergonomic, and super lightweight. It includes all the necessary functions you'd expect, like a home button and handy quick access buttons for your favorite streaming apps like Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, and Sony LIV. You even get convenient shortcuts for selecting your input source and quickly opening the settings menu. It's a well-designed companion to the TV. Finally, let's talk about portability. For 32-inch TVs, we often see them in offices, hospitals, small shops, or as a secondary screen in a home, rather than the main living room centerpiece. Given these typical use cases, many buyers might want to move the TV around after buying it. And here, the Xiaomi Smart G32 TV truly shines. It weighs just 3.1 kilograms. That's less than 7 pounds. It's incredibly easy to move around and feels almost weightless. So, if you're looking for something you can easily shift from one room to another, or even take to a different location, this TV could be absolutely ideal. So what do we make of the Xiaomi Smart G32 TV? For its price, it's an impressive package, offering a premium Google TV experience and solid picture and sound quality that truly belies its budget status. If you're in the market for an affordable, feature-packed 32-inch smart TV for a secondary room, a small apartment, or even a commercial space, you really should put this one on your shortlist. It's a clear demonstration that you don't always need to spend a fortune to get a smart TV experience that truly feels smart. What are your thoughts on affordable QLED TVs? Do you think Google TV is a game changer for budget screens? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the latest tech.